They say if you want the New York dream, you pay New Jersey prices. But those prices? They're not what they used to be. In NJ areas just minutes from Manhattan, rent for a one-bedroom now averages anywhere from $1.5 thousand to $3.7 thousand per month. That's not just expensive, it's transformational. It's reshaping where people live, work, and how they plan their futures. If you're still watching, you're clearly serious about where your money goes. So hit subscribe to the Money Manual. We're about to take you city by city, uncovering where the value really lies and where it's slipping away. Now let's get started. Hoboken used to be a hidden gem. Now, it's a luxury label. A one-bedroom here costs about $3.7 thousand a month. You get skyline views, buzzing nightlife, and the PATH train to Manhattan in minutes. But with prices this steep, are you paying for the place or just the name? And if Hoboken feels steep, just wait until you meet its fast-growing neighbor. Jersey City is no longer Manhattan's little brother. This place now averages $3.1 thousand for a one-bedroom. New towers, tech jobs, and an energy that's hard to ignore. But is Jersey City rising on its own, or just riding New York's wave? If you're looking for more space and less buzz, the next stop might feel like a breath of fresh air. Welcome to Englewood Cliffs, where the streets are quiet and the rent is soaring. A one-bedroom averages around $2.4 thousand. It's peaceful, suburban, and perched high above the Hudson. But how much are you really paying for that silence? And if peace is expensive, what about convenience? Let's find out. Fort Lee hugs the edge of the George Washington Bridge, just steps from Manhattan. Here, a one-bedroom will cost you nearly $3,000 a month. It's a commuter's sweet spot, blending access and culture in one walkable grid. But when the price rivals NYC, is Fort Lee still a shortcut or just a toll? And if the bridge brings you close, the next spot brings you closer, with a view that stops you cold. Weehawken sits on the river like a front-row seat to the skyline. The average rent? About $3.4 thousand for a one-bedroom. You're paying for the postcard view every single day. But beyond the panorama, what else are you really getting in Weehawken? Next, we'll head to a spot that mixes riverside calm with a different kind of value. Edgewater stretches along the Hudson like a polished boardwalk. A one-bedroom here rents for about $3,000. You'll find big box stores, sleek apartments, and direct ferry access to Manhattan. But is Edgewater's convenience truly worth the premium? Or is it just a dressed-up suburbia? Next, we head to Union City. Less polished, more real, and full of surprises. Union City isn't flashy, but it's alive. A one-bedroom here averages just over $1.8 thousand a month, nearly half of Edgewater. It's dense, walkable, and just minutes from the Lincoln Tunnel. So why is Union City still one of New Jersey's best-kept secrets? From gritty value to growing skyline, next stop, Newark. Newark is rewriting its story, one building at a time. A one-bedroom here runs around $1.9 thousand. Tech hubs, cultural centers, and fresh investment are transforming the streets. But will Newark finally break free from its past? Or fall into the same old cycle? Let's head just south to a place where affordability meets momentum. Elizabeth blends old industry with new ambition. Average rent for a one-bedroom? Just over $2,000 a month? It's less hyped than Newark, but closer to the airport, highways, and opportunity. Is Elizabeth, New Jersey's most underrated address? Next, we drift west to a city where city meets suburb in a whole new way. Clifton is a commuter's balancing act. A one-bedroom costs around $2.5 thousand. You get green neighborhoods, solid schools, and a 40-minute ride to Manhattan. But with prices climbing, is Clifton the next city to watch, or already too late? And if you think this is balanced living, wait till you see the next one. Teaneck feels like a Sunday morning. Tree-lined streets, a diverse community, and rents around $2.4 thousand for a one-bedroom. It's quiet, but just close enough to keep NYC within reach. So the real question is, can Teaneck stay peaceful while everyone starts noticing? From peace to personality, our next stop adds a splash of color to the map. Montclair doesn't whisper, it sings. One-bedroom rent lands near $2.3 thousand a month. Art galleries, jazz cafes, and train lines all blend into one of Jersey's most unique towns. But is Montclair still the artist's haven? Or has it priced out the dreamers? From artistic to accessible. Next up, Hackensack's modern edge. Hackensack has changed, and fast. A one-bedroom goes for just over $2.1 thousand now. New towers rise above old diners, and the train to Manhattan stays packed. But behind the growth, can Hackensack keep its identity? We're heading next to the river's edge, where views return but prices shift. West New York offers the skyline without the spotlight. Rent sits around $2.4 thousand for a one-bedroom. It's dense, dynamic, and just minutes from Midtown by bus. But can West New York stay affordable with Manhattan staring it in the face? And now, let's flip the scale entirely and hit the lowest rents on our list. Bayonne isn't on most radars, but maybe it should be. A one-bedroom here costs about $1.7 thousand. It's got new light rail stations, growing development, and space to grow. But will Bayonne stay affordable? Or is it the next to explode? And just when you thought we hit the bottom, there's one more. Paterson clocks in at just over $1.5 thousand a month. It's the most affordable area on our list. But infrastructure struggles and crime stats still cast shadows. Is Paterson a breakthrough opportunity or a risk too big to rent? Time to zoom out, because now we recap the full picture. From Hoboken's $3.7 thousand skyline to Paterson's $1.5 thousand grit. New Jersey's rent map tells a story of extremes. The priciest areas? Weehawken, Hoboken, and Jersey City, each flirting with Manhattan-level costs. The most affordable? Paterson, Bayonne, and Union City, where you trade luxury for value. But between those highs and lows lies a crucial question. What are you actually paying for? Because in New Jersey, rent isn't just about space, it's about strategy. The closer you are to New York, the less your dollar stretches. That's not a coincidence. It's the shadow effect. The skyline, the jobs, the status. They bleed across the Hudson and inflate every square foot. So ask yourself, how much are you paying for Manhattan without even living there? And with rising costs, people are making different moves. Here's what's changing. Renters are shifting fast. Cities like Clifton and Teaneck are growing, as people hunt for balance between access and affordability. Meanwhile, Montclair and Hackensack are becoming hotspots for remote workers with big city taste. The future? It's flexible, it's mobile, and it's forcing every city to compete for attention. And in that competition, you hold the power. New Jersey's rental market isn't just rising, it's reshaping. Understanding it isn't a luxury, it's a financial strategy. So if you made it this far, you're clearly not just watching rent. You're watching your future. Subscribe now to the Money Manual, because we don't just talk about money. We show you how to master it.